Then we discard one of our victory cards. Now, because the super soldier was triggered by the healer and not by the event card, he's only going to hit me. So I discard 2 cards from my hand, but I've got those 2 lovely defense cards that I played on my turn. So I'm going to spend that instead. You know what? I take that back. I'm going to spend 1 of them instead. So I'm only going to discard 1 from my hand.
That's a tough choice.
Don't look at my hand. You don't look at my hand, you
but
cheater.
You were laying it out there for all to see, so...
I don't think all of them saw it. I think
well.
it was just you, because you're cheating. Alright, so then it's going to make us discard a victory card. We don't have any of our victory cards yet set aside. So you might think, oh, we're safe. But in reality, anytime we have to discard a victory card and we don't have one, we have to discard the top card of both power decks to represent the hero basically running down our timer. So the only way we can prevent that, basically this hero is attacking all of the players using just 1 card. So we have to spend a number of defense equal to the number of players to prevent that from happening. So since I have a defense card in my defense space, and Sarah has a defense card in her defense space, if we both agree to spend them, then we would prevent the top card of the power decks from being discarded. It's not absolutely critical at this point because we still have a number of turns left. We've barely gone through the decks at all, or gotten into the decks at all. But I'm of the opinion that discarding power cards early on could be bad, especially since we've lost a few of our victory cards already. Do you agree? She wants to spite me so badly right now. You can see it in her face.
Fine. I'll play your little game.
Now, the trick is those defense cards have to already be on the table in someone's defense space, or it has to be available through a power.
Yeah, you can't play them from your hand because it sort of defeats the purpose of having those defense cards banked.
Exactly. So, we're going to discard these 2 defense cards that we played, and we are going to protect the power cards from the super soldier. Now, we've got a recur ability, which is this little blue clock icon at the bottom of the healer card. The blue clock, or in this particular case, the healer's recur ability, says we're going to remove 1 attack card from a hero of the player's choice. None of the heroes have been wounded, so we're going to skip that this turn. But it means we basically are going to, over time, have the healer heal all the heroes that are out if we can't take them out in one go. So that's kind of frustrating. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cycle the powers, which means phasing is going to get pushed over. We now have duplication out on the table from power deck A. And sadly, speed is going to get kicked off. And we're going to get...
Too slow, speed!
Seriously. Mimic. Ooh, one of my favorite powers. So we've got Mimic, Power Augmentation, and Shapeshift on the bottom power deck B track. Oh, I totally missed Monster Mochi. Bam! Pow! Yes. I'm not sure what that was in response to. Sorry, I didn't react quickly enough. But
maybe
it is
you
now...
should have picked up the speed power.
It's Sarah's turn. There's no need. We're all on the same team here.
Are we?
Yes.
For the most part. There can only be one king on the mountain.
Oh, in response to Sarah's comments. Yeah, she's mean. She's mean to me, folks.
Oh, please. Don't try getting sympathy from this group.
Yeah, they're gamers. They have no sympathy. Gamers are ruthless. Some gamers are ruthless. Come on, take your turn.
Cat, human, same kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so check heroes and guards. Yes, I've checked. They exist and they are a thorn in my side. Refreshing powers and targets. Ooh, I get to refresh the powers. Excellent. Okay.
Silly cat humans. So actually, what she was referring to is that sound that she did when I was poking at her. That's the same sound we do to our cat when he's doing something bad. So she treats me the same way she treats our cat whenever we do something that she doesn't like. Is basically what that boils down to.
Pretty much. make no distinctions. All right, so I have no defense banked because I ended up sacrificing it for the team. Yes.
You would have discarded all your bank defense at the beginning.
I deserve a reward for that at some point.
You can have a Skittle.
Ooh. After my turn. I must focus. I must focus. All right. Actions. Attack targets. Okay. If this weren't out here, I would make excellent use of my Energy Blast power.
Yeah, sadly those event cards that I left for her can be
right, because you're such a nice, upstanding fellow.
Oh, that's right. Monster Mochi and the Blackmaker know each other, so.
Excellent.
All right.
All right. So unfortunately, because the Retributive Strike is out on the board, it would be a waste for me to use my Energy Blast to amplify my attack cards because I'm going to lose them anyway. There's nothing I can defeat with one attack card now.
Yeah, and you have to play your attack cards.
I have to play it first.
Yeah.
But then I lose
a card at random.
So, but honestly, it really doesn't matter to me. Unfortunately, my hand is not that awesome. So I'm going to play an attack card because I do have to. Everything, our attack cards are redirected to heroic defense right now.
The first two.
At least the first two, exactly. I do have to play one here. That's going to trigger Retributive Strike, which means that I'm going to, as I shuffle, you can see. Then I'll ask this fellow villain.
So sadly, I just discarded her other attack card randomly. So that's bad news.
But we did complete the requirements to resolve Retributive Strike, so I can actually put that into the discard piles. So one less thing to worry about there. However, my evil plan has been foiled again. Actually, I really didn't have a plan as such. It was more of a 12% thought.
12% is not a plan.
Exactly. So, and there isn't anything out on the board for which I can use defense cards as a means of attack or anything else. So, in that case, I'm going to bank some defense. Some
defense?
Yep.
All right.
Defense. So, I do have, so that was sort of my attack targets, my bank part of my action phase. I can buy powers.
Yes.
As I have my exceptional training, which essentially gives me a free power surge. And I still have one power surge banked. So I could buy another first level power. I know. The choices are, well, 6 out of endless. So, Shapeshift is quite interesting. I do find it...
Plot twist. Yeah. The Blackmaker was Valoric all along.
So, phasing, I think I'd already ixnayed simply because of what we have out on the board. Duplication. You know, because we are wanting to test some of these new powers, I'm going to spend my power surge and use my exceptional training to learn.
I will point out that Sarah actually has a fair amount of space on her side of the table. So she could spread out her water and her snacks and her cards, no problem. But for some strange reason, her water and snacks are crowding her cards. Like, she could make space easily, and she just won't. There we go. So she bought power augmentation, which is great. I'm excited to see that in action and kind of see how that pans out.
Me as well. So that comes into play exhausted.
Yep.
So now that I have purchased powers, I'm going to redraw. Ooh, look at that. I don't even have to shuffle anything.
Nice.
All right. Next up, unfortunately, this guy still remains.
Yeah, I'm going to have to deal with that on my turn now.
Another event card. Ooh. Ha! Plot twist.
That's funny.
That's funny. There we go. Plot twist.
The plot twist card basically says that we're going to search the hero deck until we find one of the 2 heroes listed on the setting's victory conditions. So we're going to draw cards from the top of the deck until we find the first one of those 2 cards.
So, and based on the setting, we are looking for the Arcane Master or the Psychic to come
Correct.
into play.
So here we go. The Super Spy, the Luck Controller, the Ninja, the Anti-Hero, whoops, the Arcane Master.
All right, so this has been satisfied for resolution, so we're going to discard that.
I'm going to shuffle the hero deck, and the Arcane Master is going to come into play.
Yes.
So, the Arcane Master, let me grab his card overlay real quick.
I'm going to get a Skittle.
That's right, you earned one last time.
I earned a Skittle. Yay.
So, the Arcane Master is flying. That's what the little winged F means on our old analog icons. He's got 4 health, and he's got a reveal ability that is unblockable, and you can't read that, so I'll just read it out. Starting with the active player, each player must exhaust their highest level power. If tied, you choose, until the end of their next turn. So, what that means is that my reality warping is going to be exhausted, and I will not be able to use it on my next turn, which kind of stinks because that would have been really handy to use against the healer.
Man.
Oh, I'm actually really annoyed by that. I was really looking forward to using my level 2 reality warping. So the Arcane Master, on his very first live, TV appearance, actually really scuttled my entire plan.
Technically, I'm the active player, so because I already have 2 powers that
yes.
are exhausted, I have to exhaust the only remaining power that I have that is not exhausted.
Which is Energy Blast. So you won't be able to use that till the end of your next turn.
Exactly.
Which means you won't be able to use it on your next turn at all. You have to wait till the following turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is why we're playtesting this. So I actually this is frustrating, but it's a good frustration. I feel like it's something that we need to experience, but also it sort of gives me that reason to keep going and to want to best the cards. I don't like those situations where it's just one thing after another piling on and you just have no way of digging yourself out from underneath it.
Villains and Henchmen does that occasionally.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Usually it comes down to the choice of powers that everybody selected, but every once in a while it does just, it doesn't let up. So.
All right. So, played the event card. Recur abilities. So, the healer does have a recur ability. However, we don't have anything on heroes that require removing attack cards.
Yep. So, we're going to...
So we cycle the powers.
All right, so power phasing. Deck A, we kick off one of the phasings, and we're going to bring out, Psionic Ability. That's one of our victory cards.
Nice.
And then for power deck B, we're going to push Mimic over, and we've got Transmutation. So, nice.
All right.
So, Psionic Ability is kind of cool. It gives you, this version of it gives you clairvoyance.
Monster Mochi, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Monster Mochi, you're totally right. It can get bad so fast, blink of an eye. And you were just overrun.
Yeah, I think Monster Mochi, you were playing a session with us at WonderCon that started off really well and then kind of just tanked. It was rough. But yeah. So Psionic Ability, this version of it gives you Clairvoyance or Telekinesis. Both of those are cool, but I think ultimately the best thing for us to do is to put this in the victory pile if we can. So
I think I'm in agreement with that because we have some other good powers that I want to see actually get used.
Yeah.
I'd rather put that into towards victory.
Curse. Oh, this is... Okay, so beginning of my turn, I'm going to check for heroes and guards. We've got heroes and guards out. We don't need to bring more out. Oh, that's right. It was the military base. You were... Yeah, it was pretty tough. But hey, that's what a good co-op game should do. It should make you want to come back and try it again.
And the military base is actually, I find it sort of insidious because at first glance you're like, it's just a bunch of humans.
It's a bunch of guards.
Just a bunch of guards. They're not going to do anything. Oh my god, there are 10 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
all right, so my turn. Check heroes and guards. We've got those out, so we're not gonna do anything there. I'm gonna refresh my powers, except I can't because the Arcane Master is a jerk. Yeah, next time, exactly. Exactly. You'll rue the day.
Rue the day? Who talks like that?
Then I'm going to discard any banked defense cards I've got, which I don't have any. So I'm going to go into attacking stuff. Now, I've got one attack card. It doesn't matter who I play it on. because the healer is going to